Hello, how you doing? How have you been? As you can see today, I'm gonna start off like a new series, and it's gonna be called Mood Swings. Swings. Swings are actually my favorite like playground equipment since I was a child, and I just feel like every time I sit on a swing, like I'm able to just like drop like all the heaviness, all the burden off my chest. And so I figured, why not create a new series where I, sit on the swings. That's, I guess you could say, is one of my safe spaces, and basically just talk about a lot of stuff that I want to get off my chest. So as you can see by the title, today's topic will be about hypocrisy mainly and how it rules the world. I hope you guys enjoy this new series because I'm already psyched about it, because like just actually being on the swing and just talking right now, it's really like lifting my mood, because we all know like right now a lot of crazy shit is going on in the world. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit today, but I don't want to get too much into it, but let's just start the video, okay? So, first, what is hypocrisy? Like, what does hypocrisy mean? Because I honestly feel like some people be using words and don't even know the actual true definition behind words and just make up their own definition behind the word. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get my little handy dandy notebook out, because I wrote it in here. Let's see. Hypocrisy is the practice of claiming to have moral standards or beliefs to which one's own behavior does not conform. And I honestly feel like a lot of people lately have been very hypocritical about a lot of things in life, not just about, the election, not just about big major things. It's also about like a lot of little things on a daily basis. For instance, like let's go over some examples of hypocrisy, that I see on the daily. Okay, parenting. Let's just hop right into it. Let's just get right into the nitty-gritty. Parenting. Parents always say, "Oh, it's not good to lie. I don't like liars. Liars this, liars that. Liars are bad people." But literally, everybody on this planet has lied about something. And also, on top of that, sometimes your parents encourage you to lie about certain things. For instance, if you have younger siblings, Santa Claus ain't real. The Tooth Fairy ain't real. Easter Bunny is not real, and bunnies don't lay eggs.
Cause you dismissed. That's right. Silly rabbit tricks are made for kids. Did you know that?
But somehow we're supposed to be like, oh no, Santa Claus is real, to our younger siblings. And it's just like, you say you don't like liars, but then you tell us to lie about a fictional character. It's not adding up. And I guess some people say, oh, that's an exception because, holidays, whatever. I guess holidays for some reason just gets this special view about it, and like it can only be positive, when literally a lot of these holidays are lies. The book that literally changed my view on the world and like what started it all for me was Normal Gets You Nowhere. I don't remember the author's name, but I'll probably put the picture of the book cover somewhere. And she was talking about holidays and like the true meaning behind certain holidays and how they actually started. And it didn't start off happy-go-lucky, oh, we friends, blah, blah, blah. No, it started off, oh, it's really gonna scare me. It started off with people freaking giving them chickenpox blankets, heck of bloodshed. Like, are you serious right now? And now all of a sudden, somehow, now it's all happy-go-lucky, everybody was friends. Be for real. I understand being like kid-friendly explanations, but all you had to say was just like, they didn't get along, These people wanted to conquer these people for no reason because they're greedy. Let's be for real. And keep it pushing. And then when they get older, then you could delve more into what it is. Another example 2, I guess we could say, is just basically like people are always like, oh, I want to be unique. I want to be this. I want to be that, But yet you know how like for a minute people were like, oh yeah, I'm a brand hoe. I'm a brand hoe. Well, you're a trend hoe. Like, how can you sit here and say you want to be so unique and you want to be so different from everybody, yet you're following every single little micro trend that gets thrown out there? It's not making sense. 1 and 1 is not equal to 2 at this point. It's like, if you really want to stand out, don't you think you wouldn't, like, you would do the opposite? Like, you would just like what you like? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I really just don't get it. We got some other people at the park, so I can't get too passionate. But anyway, we're going to move over from hypocrisy into something else that I would like to say is hypocrisy's best friend. And hypocrisy's best friend, I would say, is domestication. Now, when you look up the definition of domestication, it always wants to talk about animals. Like animals, the only things that can be domesticated, which is a lie. But I mean, I guess in a sense, isn't a lie, because I found like a better definition for domestication that's like domestication that I'm talking about in this book called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate a dog, a cat, or any other animal. In order to teach a dog, we punish the dog and we give it rewards. We train our children, whom we love so much, the same way that we train any domesticated animal, with a system of punishment and reward. We are told, you're a good boy or you're a good girl when we do what mom and dad wants us to do. When we don't, we are a bad girl or a bad boy. When we went against the rules, we are punished. When we went along with the rules, we get a reward. We are punished many times a day, and we were also rewarded many times a day. Soon we became afraid of being punished and also afraid of not receiving the reward. The reward is the attention that we got from our parents or from other people like siblings, teachers, and friends. We soon develop a need to hook other people's attention in order to get the reward. And then there's also another good example. We pretend to be what we are not because we are afraid of being rejected. The fear of being rejected becomes the fear of not being good enough. Eventually, we become someone that we are not. We become a copy of mama's beliefs, daddy's beliefs, society's beliefs, and religion's beliefs. All our normal tendencies are lost in the process of domestication. And when we are old enough for our mind to understand, we learn the word no. The adults say, don't do this and don't do that. We rebel and say no. We rebel because we are defending our freedom. We want to be ourselves, but we are very little, and the adults are big and strong. After a certain time, we are afraid because we know that every time we do something wrong, we are going to be punished. The domestication is so strong that at a certain point in our lives, we no longer need anyone to domesticate us. We don't need mom or dad, the school or the church to domesticate us. We are so well trained that we are our own domesticator. So that's just a little excerpt. I honestly highly recommend a lot of people read this book if you're trying to, learn more about domestication and how it affects us on the daily. I honestly feel like that is very true because, like, with my childhood, like, I wouldn't even be wearing stuff like this when I was younger. I mean, I did because there was a time when I was like obsessed with this like rainbow sweater, and I wore it like every single day because it was like considered outerwear for me. So it was like You could wear a jacket every day. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them kids. But after, like, I want to say third grade, I really started getting into that whole responsible big older sister role. And I took that, to heart. And I was like, I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do, blah, 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 stuff like that. And like, I was like the key definition of like trying to be like the golden child or the goody two shoes, never try to get in trouble. I literally hated, like, I would be bawling, crying like my pet just passed away. Like, if an adult, it didn't even have to be my parents, it just had to be an adult that like I was around a lot. If they said that they were disappointed in me, oh,
Why are you crying?
I would be sick for like a week. Like, that's how sad I would be because somebody said they were disappointed in me. I feel like that was like the worst thing you could say to somebody at the time. And so for a long time, like rest of elementary, middle school, high school, I just kept like putting aside my wants and needs just to make sure that, I was doing what all the like authoritative figures in my life wanted me to do, and making sure, and they ingrained in me like, what you do it doesn't only affect you, it also affects others around you, which, I mean, that's a good point to make, but at the same time, it's like there's a line, and that line got blurred, that line got erased, to be honest with you. And it was more like, if you make yourself look bad, you're not just making yourself look bad, you're making us look bad. And then it's like, now I can't even like have like normal fun. You know what I'm saying? I can't even have normal fun because I'm too scared that if somebody says, oh, you guys, that's not good to do, or blah, blah, you guys shouldn't be out this late, blah, blah, I'm going to think like, oh, this is making my coach look bad. This is making my parents look bad, And it's like, it was very shitty. It was very shitty because now I've like, well, once I hit Arizona, that's when I really started trying to change and not be as domesticated, because even for a while, like with my style, you could see how it changed. Like when I was little, I would wear crazy stuff, I'd wear, like I said, the rainbow sleeve sweater and this bright pink jackets and all this stuff. And then I just started wearing basic stuff, everything everybody else was wearing, at that time. For middle school, high school, it was skinny jeans, Aeropostale, Hollister, and it's like, my family didn't have like money because it was 4 girls, they didn't have money for like all of us to be going and getting an Aeropostale and Hollister. So it's like, I'd have to get that shit at the thrift store, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I mean, I don't want to say it was rough, but at the same time, it is what it is. Like I said, it just took years to, try to get over that. And once I hit Arizona, I started reading these books, and I feel like that's the first key to undomesticating yourself. And I'm not saying like everything that you learn in your childhood is bad, but a lot of the stuff that you do learn, like the book said, is based off of your parents' beliefs or the people around you's beliefs. And sometimes their beliefs can be very skewed. So it's just best to read books and learn on your own what you feel is right and what you feel is wrong. And then there's also another book that talks about domestication, and it's called The Mastery of Self, once again by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this one, it kind of goes more in depth of like providing examples on how deeply embedded certain domestication tactics that were used on us can really negatively impact us in our adulthood. So, I mean, my thing is, if you want to, unlearn stuff and relearn, stuff that aligns better with you, it's best to always start with books. I mean, some people don't like reading, and I understand sometimes it can be hard to like hold your attention onto a book, and especially in this day and age where people, for a minute, those TikToks where it's like a video of you talking at the top and then at the bottom it's like them doing Play-Doh or some weird stuff. I know a lot of people's attention spans aren't that good. Mine is. I loved reading since I was little, so it's not an issue for me. But they got audiobooks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they have like visual story videos, but they got audiobooks. So when you're cleaning, I know some people like to listen to podcasts. You can listen to the book. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like in order to make, hypocrisy, domestication, and greed not be such big factors in the world, it all starts with the book. So hopefully this has encouraged you to at least read a little. And these books aren't that bad. I mean, this one, it's 162 pages, so that's not that bad at all. And then this one, let's see, is 140. And the text is pretty big. It's not bad at all. So I mean, it's a quick read to me. But yeah, I'd just say start off with those ones. Maybe even start off with the normal Get You Nowhere one. It's a little more like personable, I guess you could say. It feels more like you're talking to like your, not your best friend, but like your auntie, like your cool aunt, and just hearing about her stories and stuff like that. So hopefully that helps. And I mean, for me, this definitely helped. I feel a lot better talking about it. This guy, he just came and dropped off another guy's dog. I guess he lost his dog, and it's so cute. He just like reunited him with his doggy. Oh, well, I mean, I feel like that's a positive note to end off on. So I'll talk to y'all on the next one. All right, see ya. Bye. That's the guy who got reunited with his doggy. Oh, so cute.